Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing well. Majority of you are Liverpool fans, so I'm guessing you're not doing too good after what happened, or should we say did not happen during the January transfer window. I think we've got to ask ourselves the question, who is to blame for this? Is it FSG just not giving the money due to what's going on with the club? Is it Jurgen Klopp not asking FSG for anything? Because I'm quite frankly, guys, I'm fed up of it all, if I'm being perfectly honest with you. I'm fed up of the excuses, and some of it just really doesn't add up. And I'm going to go back to last summer. So last season, Liverpool were on the verge of winning everything, the quadruple. We won the Carabao, the FA, we lost the final of the FA of the Champions League, and we missed out on the Champions League. The Premier League, getting all mixed up. Went into the summer transfer window. We were heavily linked with Tuchemane. As far as I'm led to believe, we pretty much thought the signing was going to be done. And then when Real Madrid figured out they weren't going to sign Mbappe, they came in last minute and took him from underneath us. Then, of course, we signed Darwin Núñez. And to be fair, I was quite excited. I thought, we got Núñez in. We were linked with Tuchemane. We're going to get another midfielder. And then it came out that we were after Matheus Núñez. And then nothing happened. And he joined Wolves. And then the season started. And we were all saying we needed a midfielder. And Jurgen Klopp sat there in press conferences there. I don't need no midfielders. Don't need none. Don't need none at all. We're good with what we've got. Pretty much what he's saying now. Henderson gets injured. We sign Arthur Melo on loan. Stopgap. He gets injured. And we hadn't seen him. And then the season's continued. And Liverpool have been shite. Which they have, haven't they, guys? I think we're in like 9th or 10th in the league. And I don't honestly think we've got a hope in hell chance in qualifying for the Champions League next season. We've been fed that Bellingham's the big signing in the summer. We've put all our eggs in that basket. Do we not think that if we don't get Champions League football, that's not going to have some sort of impact on us potentially signing Jude Bellingham? I do. Especially if we've got FSG still in charge. Yeah, in November we got told the club's up for sale, but nothing's really happened there. And before you start going on about it, I understand these things take time. I really do. The Chelsea case was something that doesn't usually happen due to the whole Ukraine-Russian war. So that was fast-tracked a little bit. So I understand that transactions on this level take a lot longer to happen. But we're being fed that they're after minor investment. They don't want to sell the club. Then nothing seems to be happening on this level. We're being told that FSG would rather sell to American rather than go to the Middle East, which is something most fans don't really want. I, for one, don't really care where the new owner comes from, as long as they're a football fan first and foremost. That football is their passion. We all know FSG's passion sport is baseball, the American sports. So whoever comes in, I want them to be a football fan first and foremost. So I don't really care where they're from in the world, as long as they've got the money to take us to the next level. Speaking about Chelsea, I saw was it yesterday or today, that after this window, they have now spent more money in 2 windows than Jurgen Klopp has during his whole tenure at Liverpool. Just let that sink in, guys. During the whole time that Jurgen Klopp has been at Liverpool, Chelsea have spent more than that during the last 2 transfer windows. Now, I'm not asking Liverpool to go out there and spend hundreds of millions. I think Chelsea have potentially overspent on some of the players that they've signed. But when we've got the team in the state that it's in now, that we can all see we need midfielders, something is not right. Now, FSG are either going to be... They've taken a gamble here, in my opinion, of FSG, because I think they're relying on selling the club before the summer transfer window, so it doesn't really matter if they get Champions League football or not, because it's not their problem anymore. They don't have to rectify that problem. But the risk is, if they don't sell the club before the end of the season, does us not qualifying for the Champions League impact the fee that they can ask for from potential buyers? We also saw the other day that this European Super League can basically go ahead. So could that mean FSG are going to do a U-turn and stay? Because when this European Super League gets started, and Liverpool probably will end up being in it, does that increase the value that FSG could then ask for? They might be able to get 3.5, 4 billion now, but if the European Super League kicks off and we're in it, and it generates lots of revenue through the TV and everything else that will go on with it, could they then ask for 5 billion, 6 billion? The greedy guys, this is what we've got to get into our heads. FSG are greedy. Yes, they're businessmen. Yes, they've done so many good things for Liverpool. You know, the stadium, the training centre, they won the league. We won the league with them, but not because of them. We won the league because of Jurgen Klopp. Yes, they hired him, but that's the end of it. You know, like... So, and it's all been so they can get as much money when they sell the club as possible. It's not been for the benefit of us. It's been for the benefit of them in the long term. You know, we saw James Pearce come out of an article today, and he just said nothing. He literally said nothing. I'm waiting for the time when it's going to come out that, oh, Liverpool couldn't do no transfer business this window because they were expecting Nat Phillips to leave. And that 10, 20 million we'd have got for him would have generated enough money for us to go loan a midfielder to come in. But because Kanate got injured, we couldn't loan out Phillips because we needed the cover. That will be mentioned soon. Guarantee that'll be mentioned soon. Yeah, we signed Cody Gakpo. I think he'll come good. I really do. And I think he probably was a summer target, very similar to Luis Diaz. But, you know, it's like a thing for Bobby Firmino if he doesn't sign a new contract. But at the same time, if that money is all we were allocated, then surely we should have signed a midfielder. You know, we're led to believe that we asked about Caicedo around the same time we signed Gakpo, but the fee was one we weren't willing to pay. Move on to another target. You know, is this why Julian Ward, Mike Edwards and the other analytics guy whose name I can't remember right now, is this the reason why they've all left? Because Jurgen Klopp and Pep Linders were no longer taking their advice? You know, we're led to believe that the recent signings that we've all made are all kind of Pep Linders ideas. Gakpo, Diaz, Nunez. Was there another one? I think there might be another one. But they're the main three that he basically said that he wanted. You know, it came out during the January window that Liverpool are going to try and get a deal together for Matheus Nunes so they can sign him in the summer, this coming summer. Why didn't we just sign him last summer then? The money was obviously there because we tried to sign Tchouaméni. Unless, guys, we only signed Darwin Núñez because we couldn't get Tchouaméni, but then that doesn't make sense because we knew that Mane was leaving. So something does not add up to why we didn't sign Matheus Nunes last summer for cheaper if we're going to just go buy him now when we needed him then. Do you know, it doesn't make sense. It really doesn't. You know, I just can't get my head around it, guys. I really, really can't. And something's got to give. You know, we'll probably end up seeing some positive PR come out soon. Really will. You know, was it yesterday that it started coming out that Liverpool are going to potentially buy back Melwood so the women's team can go train there? Yeah, they're trying to pull at your heartstrings because Melwood is like, it sits long vision. It's where Liverpool have been for a long time, and try and get it back. But are they going to try and say that they're going to buy that back, right? And then that's going to be at the detriment of Liverpool buying players. I don't know, guys. I really, really don't. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. And just to finish off, we saw Manchester United find out the day before the transfer window ended that Eriksen was injured. And within a day, they've gone out there and loaned somebody to come in as a replacement with the option to buy him if he kicks on. So we also led to believe that Man United were offered Isco, Aouar, Carrasco, Saul, and this Sabitzer, if that's how you pronounce his name, that they ended up signing. So you're telling me that not a single agent has gone to Liverpool during the whole January transfer window offering their client to Liverpool to potentially go and buy him, knowing that we've got a midfield crisis? After all them players were offered to Man United, not one of them was offered to Liverpool. Not one. You know, some people might think that teams are the ones that go around digging and look for players, but agents offer their clients around. If they're not getting game time, if they want to move, if the team's not doing well, they offer them around to bigger clubs so that they can Get a move. I don't believe for 1 second that not one single player was offered to Liverpool that could have come in, that could have done a job, that could have improved us. It was just basically, in my opinion, FSG not giving Jurgen Klopp the money, because Jurgen Klopp's a smart guy. Jurgen Klopp knows what's going on in the midfield, but he's just not going to come out and throw his players under the bus, because he ain't like that. You know, you've got to keep up team morale. So there's the question, guys. Who do you blame for January? Jurgen, FSG, or both? Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. If you like this video, give it a like. If you're new here, please subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with everything else I've got going on. And I'll catch you in the next one.